Alright everyone, I am back in today's perming video and I finally got a better location to film, better brighter lights. So the perm we're going to be talking about today is the wonderful acid balance perm. So when you hear the word perm, you will find that a lot of beauty supplier stores will sell acid perms or the label acid perm on the box, when in reality it is not a true acid perm or a true acid wave, but rather an acid balance wave. Now, an acid balance wave, the pH does vary, and that is one con of the product because you really have to know what the pH of your product is. And like I've said before, you can call the number, look on the MSDS sheet online. So one of the best examples I think of when I hear acid balance perm is the Quantum Extra Body options. The silver and the pink are all acid balance perms. And one of the ways you can tell that you're working with an acid balance perm is that it has three components, as do acid perms in general. You have your neutralizer, but more importantly, you have your waving lotion and your activator, which is what you'll add to your waving lotion. You'll add the two together and it creates a warm reaction. It creates an exothermic reaction and heats it up. So another important factor to know is that you don't want to take your activator and put it in your neutralizer. They say a violent reaction happens, and I have done this by accident with an acid perm, and I don't know if maybe it was too low of a pH, but really nothing happened. So just for the record, and to save money, be careful and read the label so you don't make a mistake like that. What you'll do with the acid balance perms is the pH of it slowly increased over the years because just historically wise and what it says in a lot of the cosmetology books, people wanted a stronger, firmer curl, but that is why when you get an acid balance perm, there's like a whole spectrum to it, and like one may be really gentle and the other one is really strong and firm. And if you're not careful with choosing the correct acid balance perm, you can get one that's too strong and end up damaging the hair, which is not good. You can perm grain resistant hair with a stronger acid balance perm. I've seen that done in a lot of schools. Onto my perm chart, my handy dandy perm chart. The pH of acid balance perms vary from 7.8 to 8.2, and I don't really think that's accurate. It's really more like 7.0 to 8.2 and higher. You're going to want to use your acid balance perm on not only room temperature because it makes its own heat. You don't have to use it at a dryer. You could use it, it says on porous or damaged hair. However, be really careful because this is what can happen when you don't properly perm the hair. The ends can fry really, really bad. This was actually a vertical spiral wrap with perm rods, just so you can see what the vertical wrap looks like. Texture is really nice. And this is an example too of the other one from Apple Pectin, their acid pH perm with an apple cider neutralizer. And one of the keys you can kind of tell you're dealing with an acid balance perm is for normal, resistant, and tinted hair, up to 20 volume. You don't want to use an acid balance perm on bleached hair. No way, it is way too strong. And if you're using a hair color, 30 volume, 40 volume, or high lift, be safe. And I would personally go with a thiophene perm or an acid perm because this is too strong. With this perm, I think I hit all that points. They use a different, active ingredient. So instead of using thioglycolic acid for a reducing agent, they're using GMTG, which is glycerol monothioglycolate. And again, glycerol monothioglycolate, it's a different ingredient. And actually, when you smell your products, because smelling your products gives you an idea of what you're dealing with, I find personally, your waving lotion, it smells like pure ammonia. It's pretty much what it is. And this will smell like the thio, that really gross, skunky egg smell. And when you mix the two, it's going to heat up and it's going to smell like really, really gross fertilizer. This perm, in my opinion, smells the worst. If not almost as bad as the ammonia-free, I think worse in some ways, and it's stinkier than the cold wave. It will kind of fill the room because its warming properties kind of propel the odor. Nonetheless, if it is done properly, it will be a good perm. It is good for a body wave if the hair is healthy, but the hair is resistant. On my other perm chart, let's see some of the pros and cons of using your acid balance perm. So for your acid balance perm, you're going to process room temperature. You're gonna get soft curls, and the advantage is that you get minimal swelling with the acid balance perm if the hair is healthy, keep in mind. However, there is a disadvantage, and this is a huge one, regarding allergies. If you are repeatedly exposed to the acid balance perm as a client and as a professional, you can develop an allergic reaction, and that's something to be very mindful of, because as a professional you want to wear gloves, and if you're not wearing your gloves, if you're getting exposed frequently, what's going to happen is that your skin could swell, you can get really nasty results, and as a client you could actually get nasty scalp irritation, scalp lesions, if not swelling in the face, and a lot of those allergic reactions can be dangerous if you're not careful. So that's pretty much all about the acid balance perm. They tend to be slightly more gentle than the strongest option, which is the cold wave. However, they can be around the same pH, so that's something to just be mindful of. And if you really think about it, in today's world, you really don't see many acid perms per se. So it is really hard to find like a true acid perm or a low pH wave. They tend to be all just kind of lumped in there together now with the acid balance perm system. Another thing you'll hear with the acid balance perm is with the, instead of the activator, it could be called a thermalizer. You'll see it under different names, like Zotos is the huge brand that we use for perms, and they have everything. So you could see it for like warm and gentle, nice and lively. All those are acid balance perm. Some of the bigger brands like Redken, Paul Mitchell have their own versions of it. Redken's is creative curl, and Paul Mitchell's is just their exothermic wave, and I think their acid perm is lower than a pH of 7. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it is, because it is very gentle, and you could use it on up to 40% of highlighted hair, and that's kind of the key giveaway, that you're dealing with a more acidic perm than a more acid balance one, because on an acid balance perm, I really don't recommend personally using them on highlighted hair. It just really doesn't come out nice. It comes out frizzy and gross and wiry, and it can break right off. So that's pretty much all there is to this video. In the next video, it will either be ammonia-free or acid perms. I'm thinking it'll be ammonia-free. So that is all for today's lecture. Like, comment, hit that subscribe button down below, and let me know what you guys think. So I will see you guys soon.